Chanel. Someone has asked me if I can do a full face of Chanel, just like how I did a full face of Hourglass. And I do have a full, not a full face, because I don't have eyeshadow, but I do have all complexion products. So let's get started and play with some luxury makeup, and I'll let you know what I think of this brand. Okay, so for my brows, I've already used my Gucci brow pencil, and this is in the shade 3, and then my Rare Beauty brow gel. I love this combo so much. I'm gonna start with a sunscreen. As you can see, the sun is coming through right now. It's still cold outside, and I'm using this one by Purito. I love it. I did repurchase my regular one that I normally have. It's Korean as well, but this is similar to that, so I've tried it and I love it. And I do love the packaging of this one a lot more. For complexion, this is what I was thinking, because I do have 2 Chanel products, and I have the Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh. This is a foundation. It has this beads. I love how it looks on the skin, but I don't know, can remember the coverage. And I also have the Chanel number 1, and I'm going to start with this one right here to see if it's more like a skin tint or more like a foundation and how much coverage we get. And then if I need to go in with this one, I'll go with this one as well. So the Chanel Le Beige is in the shade BR12, and the Chanel number 1 is BD01. And I'm excited because today I think I'm going to use my Refer brush, this big one, which is more for concealer. So maybe we'll use this one as concealer. Let's just go and see how much coverage I get with this one. Let me have a sip of coffee. So for the Le Beige one, because of the beads here, I'm going to put this on the back of my hand, and I will use a sponge. So just 2 pumps like that, and that's what it looks like. And I'll use my Makeup by Mario, and I'm gonna go with the F4 brush, but the little part here, and just kind of destroy the beads and make this into a paste. And let's see how much coverage we get with this. If we do get enough coverage, then I'm just gonna use the other one as maybe concealer. We'll see. I will definitely use a dampened sponge on this. The brand is quite expensive. I would love to own a eyeshadow. I really don't think I bought an eyeshadow. I looked through my eyeshadow collections here beside me, and I don't see anything. But I'm just going to use the bronzer that I have from Chanel on my eyes, and then we're going to go in with a nice sparkly shade. I feel like something sparkly on my face today. So let's just use a dampened sponge now. Wow, the coverage is quite good. This is something I would wear. Like, I wouldn't need more coverage than this. Yeah, it's pretty. So I think the other one I'm just going to use in maybe the center of my face and as a concealer, but definitely not all over the face because I don't want it to look too heavy. Like, the complexion looks so pretty. This is very similar to my Rose ink. I'm not sure of the price difference. I'm assuming the Rose ink should be cheaper than the Chanel, but I can't find it at Sephora, so I would have to order Rose ink, I think, from their website, and shipping is involved to Canada, so I don't know. I might just have to stick with my Chanel when this is done. Now let's go into the number 1 and just add a little bit on the back of my hand, like this much, and use it as a concealer, I think. So I'm just going to go with my Refer number 36. This is my brand new brush for concealing. So I'm just going to go off of the product here. Ooh, I made it dirty. Yes, and just add this more brightening and add a little bit more coverage in this area. Let's use it all, why not? Just like where you normally place concealer. And I love the smell of this one so much. It has a nice perfumey smell. It is definitely more glowy than the Chanel Le Beige Touche de Teint Water Fresh. So I'm just gonna go with my dampened sponge now to make sure that everything is melted into the skin. I actually love this combo. I've never used this combo before. I either use one or the other foundations. But if you do want to have more of a lighter coverage, and go with this one, but not necessarily, because I think that they provide the same coverage. The difference, what I've noticed, is this looks a little bit more glowy. You can definitely do what you want. Oh, this is such a pretty combo. I love how the complexion looks. Here, I'll zoom you in so you can see up close. Very nice and natural and healthy looking, right? You don't see any heaviness on the skin or any type of creasing underneath the eyes, any dryness. It looks really pretty. Okay, so let's move on to the bronzer. You guys probably seen me use this in a recent video, and this is the Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow Sun-Kissed Powder in light coral, and it does come with a blush, bronzer, and a highlighter. So what I'm gonna use today is just the bronzer right now, because for blush I do have a cream blush that I want to use first. Okay, let's go in with a smaller brush because I really do not want to combine those two. I want to go into these two together, and I'm going to use my Makeup by Mario F2 brush, and I'm going to start with the small one here and just swirl my brush like this into these two products. Then let's see. Yeah, I want that glow with the bronzer. Like, look how pretty. Pretty and natural. But just be careful. It's just harder to, you don't want to hit the blush because you don't want the corally shade in the spot where you actually add the bronzer. I just don't like that look. See how pretty that is? I've been loving to use smaller brushes on my face when I apply blush or bronzer. I feel like I have more control, but of course I love my big hourglass brush as well. This is when I want to be more precise. Yes, at first I really did not like this palette, this face palette, because like I said, I didn't use it correctly, and I felt like the blush always kind of got mixed with my bronzer, and I just never liked the look. But on those days that you want to be really fast, you can definitely swirl your brush in all three and just do it all over the face. Look how pretty this is. And I will definitely come back to this bronzer. We're going to use this on the eye, just like how we used it on the face, and it's going to look so pretty. Okay, so let's move on to this scary product. I consider it very scary. Let me prepare my wipes here, because I believe this product needed to be this big. You didn't need to have this much product in here. I'm talking about this beautiful, intense blush, the Chanel Le Beige blush. And this is a water fresh blush, so it's very similar to this product right here. It does have little tiny beads, much smaller than the foundation. And this is in the shade Deep Apricot. Oh, it's so deep. It's so deep and it's so intense. I'm telling you, you need a tiny, like half, not even half a drop. I'm going very careful. This much. Do you see that? You see how tiny that is? Kona! You guys see Kona there? She's just digging on the ground right there somewhere. There she is. Let's start with this amount, and I'm gonna go with Makeup by Mario F4 brush as usual, and I'm gonna go with the small side. This is another brush. I have two, one for foundation and one for blush and bronzer. So let's do this here. Like, look how pretty that is. And you see how intense. Oh, it's so intense. So I'm just gonna start with this amount and slowly add it to the face. Oh, and with a bronzed face, this blush is so nice, because I really love a bronzy blush like this, and I really don't want to add more. This is perfect enough. So did you see how small, the tiniest drop you need? That's what I'm saying, that they should have made this bottle smaller and cheaper, because this is going to last you 2 lifetimes for sure. So pretty. Definitely love this luxury makeup. It is expensive. It's so good. I really want to buy a quad. a Chanel quad. I really want to try it. I love my Dior quads and Dior eyeshadow, and I really want to try Chanel. You know, maybe that's going to be on my list to buy. I created for this year a budget. So I have a certain amount of money that is okay for me to spend on makeup. So monthly I have, like I said, a certain amount, and now I'm keeping track to, you know, not overspend and still be able to purchase some things for you guys to review, and also for myself, new things that I'm interested in. So I think that if you do think moving on to like a low buy or no buy, I think maybe start with a budget, unless you already have it. And then based on that budget, like, you know, your monthly expenses first, and then you know the rest of the amount that you are still free to spend in order not to overspend per month. So we created a budget, and I really want to stay on track with that. I really don't want to overspend on makeup too much. I still want to buy what I like or what attracts me to buy, but I really, you know, want to be more conscious on what I'm spending my money on, and not just throw money. And I've looked on the Sephora website, and there's barely anything that really piques my interest. But let me know if you guys have something in mind, or if you've noticed something that I didn't. I did see that Rare Beauty bronzer, and bronzer, I think I'm going to put it first before blush. I'm interested more in bronzer than blush. I have so many blushes, and I really want to get a bronzer, and I think bronzer you can also use as a blush and eyeshadow. So that is on my list. I did pick up this new Urban Decay mascara. I'm not going to open it today because I already have my Tarte one and I want to use that one. But this is my daughter. I bought one for her too. She opened it and I really love how it looks on her. It looks really nice. It's a tubing mascara, lasts all day beautifully. So yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go in with the brush now and go into this blush. So this is the same brush I used for my bronzer, and I'm just gonna add over this blush, this cream blush, just to make it last longer, kind of like adding powder to the face, but it's a powder blush, and it seems like they're very similar in color, if not the same. So yeah, that's one thing I did for this year. I just want to be more conscious because I also like to invest some of my money in fabric. I do have an Etsy shop. I reopened it because I put it in vacation mode with some personal things, health things that's been going on. I did reopen it now, so if you're interested in checking it out, that would be great. It's there, it's open, and I have new makeup bags that I've created and new wristlets. I do have Kindle / tablets, quilted, zippered pouches. So yeah, if you would like to check it out, I'm gonna have a link down below. Okay, so look how beautiful the complexion looks. I love it. Very healthy looking, perfect amount of glow. It looks beautiful. Let's just make sure that everything is blended. So I just switched the other side of the makeup brush and make sure that everything is just blended nicely. What a difference that blending does. You don't see where the makeup starts or ends. It's just all very nicely distributed on the face, or equally as well. Okay, I'm gonna keep you zoomed in like this, and I'm gonna move on to the eyes. And of course we're gonna use, look at this, my new Refer brushes. I don't want to really use them, but I will. I do have a video coming up, and it's probably going to be posted before this one on all of my Refer brushes. So if you are interested in any, I talk about it in detail on what each brush does. I did buy the 1010 collection, so look at this. I'm excited. Okay, let's see. Which one should we start with? This big one, the Refer number 15 brush. And of course, I'm gonna go into this bronzer. I wanna use this bronzer on my face. Why not? On my eyes. Because I think it's going to... Ooh, the brushes are very soft. I think it's going to like mash with the skin much better because we have the same color on the cheek here. I do love this brush. It's soft, it's easy to use, it blends the product nicely, it picks up perfect amount of product, like very natural, making the eyelid look natural and not making it look like there's unfinished product on the eyelid. So it looks really nice. I really like it. I love the brush. This is what it looks like now. Yeah, there's a lot of crease brushes in this collection, and I do love that they included that concealer brush as well. Oh, like I said, I wish I had eyeshadow from Chanel, but it's okay. We're gonna keep it simple with a little bit of sparkle. So I'm gonna use the same product, same brush. I'm gonna try and bring it down here underneath here. It looks really nice. Oh, I love the brushes. Can I compare them to my BK Beauty? I think that, well, these ones are goat hairs, so they're definitely not the same type of hairs as my BK Beauty, but I can say that they are very similar in, I love them both the same. Like if I were to choose BK Beauty and Refer so far, I do love that I have the whole collection from both. The Angie one, I think this is still beautiful by BK Beauty, but I prefer the original one, the brown one, more. It feels like they're a little bit more softer, not as dense. I guess it's just a different style, but they're both good. This one was on sale, so I don't know the BK Beauty ones, how much they are, because they actually gifted those to me. I'm so appreciative because that's all I've been using. I love them. Also, I love my Moda brushes that I've been using, and those were gifted to me too. So if you want more affordable from the drugstore, Moda brushes are really good. I would definitely suggest those, and also the Real Techniques. Those are really good. Those are my favorite from the drugstore. If I were to choose between Refer and BK Beauty, I would look if Refer has a deal and go with the cheapest one for your budget, because you can't go wrong with either. They're both really good. Okay, let's move on to a sparkly shade. And since I have this sweater, I think I want something with this green. So I have two green shades. Oh, I didn't even show you what this is. This is the Nessa Myrex Beauty, the new eyeshadow palette. I do have a review on this. This all come out individually like this. Let me see if I can. See, how do I take this out without actually putting my nail in it? Like, this is what I'm talking about. So you can actually take them out and use them as your own palette. You can take the top off from here and just cover it so you can travel with it. It's like this. And you also have a mirror, which I have to remove this, which I'm gonna do soon. Now I have these two shades that I'm interested in, this and this. So let me see which one would go better. I think this one is more similar. Let's try with this one. Yeah, which is this one right here. So I'm gonna put this all over the eyelid here. It's like I said, I do want to add something and not make it too simple with just bronzer on the eyelid. Yeah, look how pretty this is. Eee. And then the other eyeshadow, I'm gonna quickly just add a little bit here in the middle, just for some extra green. Oh, so pretty. I think I'm gonna get a brush, same brush here, and then just try to blend it here. Even though they're sparkly shades, look, they do blend really nice. This brush is so pretty. I mean, it's so good. Not pretty. It's pretty too, but I'm gonna use the tip of this brush and go into this one here. Let's see. And just add a little bit more right here in the middle. Oh yeah, it picked up enough. It's so pretty. I love how the eye turned out. Now I'm gonna use the same brush and go into the first green right here. And I will try, oh, I think I picked up too much. I wanna add a little bit in the outer corner here on the bottom lash line like that, or outer V. So I'm gonna use this Sigma switch and kind of clean my brush a bit. Like, look how beautiful. It removed all those sparkles so that I can easily blend this outer V here better without having too much product on it. And whatever I have left on my brush, I'm just gonna bring it in. Perfect. I think the eyes turned out really good. I'm gonna quickly add mascara, and I think I'm only gonna add mascara on my top lashes. Enjoy this intermission. I'll be right back with a Chanel lip product. So here are the eyes complete, but not quite. I do have this product by Makeup by Mario, which I've seen him talk about quite often. If you don't want to use a dark brown or espresso brown or black on your lash line, this specific color brings your eyes to life in such a beautiful way. And I'm talking about the Makeup by Mario Master Pigment Pro Eye Pencil. The specific shade that he mentioned is bronze, so I had to go and pick it up. It's this color right here, and it's going to look so beautiful in the lash line. I didn't add any mascara on my bottom lash line, but I'm going to add this product to show you how it makes the eye look so special. Okay, so here is the eye with the eyeliner. It just adds something to it, especially if you have green or hazel eyes. This is really going to pop. This is really going to make your eye pop. So there's nothing here, so just very little. You don't have to go crazy, but just by adding this bronze brown to your lash line, so unique, so different. And I really loved how he did it and how he talked about it, and I wanted to try it, so I bought this one and I love it. Let's move on to lips. Here's a close-up again of the complexion and eyes. I love how the eyes turned out. This is my favorite part of the Danessa Myricks palette, this greens and browns. I love greens. And it's something that you can wear. You don't have to be afraid not to. What I want to do though is I do want to add a little bit of my Natasha Denona High Gen Skincare Infused Glow Beautifier. And mine is in the shade 01 Light. And I'm gonna go with, which brush should I use by Refer? So I'm gonna use my Refer 03 brush. Just go into the product here and add just the tiniest bit right here. Not too much, like that. You see the difference? I cannot see it, the mirror is too far. And then I'm gonna use my finger and just add a little bit in the inner corner for that extra brightening effect. So this is barely visible, but that's how I want it to be. I don't want too much. Just like when I move my head in certain angles, you can just see a little bit of a highlight there. Okay, let's move on to lips. So for lips, I don't have a lip liner, but I do have this Chanel, and I got this from my mom. This is the Chanel Gloss in Light Rose. So it does come with a color product here and then a gloss on the other side. It's really pretty. Let's see what liner I'm gonna use. I think I'm gonna go with my Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil Extreme. This shade I think matches really nice together, and this is in the shade Wherever Walnut. So I'm just gonna quickly line the lips. I can't talk when I line my lips. I concentrate. It's always funny when I do a lip liner. Okay, so let's go with this Chanel. So like I said, on one side, it looks like this. You take half of it off. I'm just gonna fill in the lips. And it smells so nice too. You can even line your lips with this. It has that power to it. I love how the brush is not flimsy, and look at this color. So I think it's one of those that you let dry a bit. So you wait a couple seconds, it mattifies the lip, and then I'm gonna go over with this side, which is the gloss side. There's the little brush. Like, look at that color, it's so pretty. Oh, the sun is coming through, you can see it. So I'm just gonna add it now. Of course you can lift the lip like that if you want more of a mattifying look, but I just want to use this side as well. Definitely feels nice and glossy and healthy feeling. I love this product. I haven't been using it much because I don't want to run out of it. They're quite expensive as well, you know, so keep in mind this brand is expensive, but I want to feel like luxury today. Here is the final look. Here's a close-up. This lip combo and lip color is just perfection, right? It's so pretty. I love it. Okay, so this was kind of my full face of Chanel, meaning full face of what I actually own. It's pretty much everything except obviously eyeshadow, and that's pretty much it, right? Because the rest is all Chanel. I did use the highlighter and then the Makeup by Mario liner. I don't have a Chanel mascara. I don't even know if they have eyeliner because I do have a lot, so I really don't need to spend like whatever amount of money on that. But I think that this brand is beautiful, luxury, makes you feel great. I really love the complexion products. Definitely recommend both of these complexion products. Like this is a more glowy, but they both perform and make your skin look glowy and healthy and just makes you feel good wearing these products on your face. So I definitely recommend both of them. You can decide on what you want. I'll tell you the amounts. In this one, I have 30 milliliters, which is 1 fluid ounce. And in this one, I have 20 milliliters, which is 0.7 fluid ounce. So you obviously get more product in here. Anyways, this is a full face of Chanel with the products I own. I hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I wish you all a wonderful day, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.